Standish, Michigan. A small town wrapped in an eerie silence. The air itself felt heavy, dense, with the weight of countless untold stories. Whispers of the past lingered in the shadows, remnants of a history filled with Native American legends and shadowy cemeteries. The town was known for these cemeteries, resting places marked by ancient oak trees and worn tombstones. Locals spoke of restless spirits, their sorrow clinging to the land like the morning mist. A darkness seemed to permeate Standish, a palpable presence that made even the bravest soul shudder. The elders whispered stories of ancient rituals, of disturbed spirits and vengeful entities. Their stories, passed down through generations, painted a chilling portrait of a town on the edge of the supernatural. In Standish, the past hadn't gone away. It was simply waiting, lurking beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to rear its head and unleash its fury. Randy Irvin was always fascinated by the history of his town. He lived in a century-old house, its wooden bones creaking with every change in weather. The house stood like a silent sentinel, a witness to a bygone era. Randy felt connected to its history, drawn to its stories like a moth to a flame. One humid afternoon, while renovating his basement, Randy stumbled upon something unexpected. Under the cold, damp earth lay a skeleton. Its empty sockets seemed to stare right at him, whispering secrets from the other side. The discovery sent shivers down Randy's spine, but it also sparked an intense curiosity within him. He couldn't shake the feeling that the skeleton was trying to communicate with him, to tell him something. Driven by this new intrigue, Randy delved into the world of the unknown, searching for ways to contact the spirit he believed was trapped in his house. He didn't know that his curiosity would soon awaken a darkness he could never have imagined. Randy's thirst for knowledge led him to the dusty shelves of the local library. There, hidden in a back corner, he discovered a worn, cracked, leather-bound book. Its title sent a shiver down his spine, The Book of Shadows. As he cautiously opened the book, a musty smell filled his nostrils, the aroma of aged paper and forgotten secrets. The pages were filled with cryptic symbols and ancient incantations, each one promising power over the spirit world. One spell in particular caught his attention, a ritual designed to summon and communicate with the dead. It warned of dire consequences, of the risks associated with disturbing the sleep of the deceased. But Randy, blinded by his insatiable curiosity, ignored the warnings. He was determined to uncover the secrets of the skeleton in his basement, to delve into the unknown and unravel the mysteries hidden beneath his feet. His heart pounded with a mixture of fear and excitement as he prepared to utter the forbidden words. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the town of Standish, Randy gathered the ingredients for the spell. The candles flickered nervously, casting dancing shadows on the walls of his basement, as he arranged bones, herbs, and a silver cup with trembling hands. The air grew heavy with anticipation. A palpable tension filled the room as he began to recite the words from the ancient text. His voice, normally strong and confident, trembled with a mix of fear and excitement. Suddenly the candles went out, plunging the basement into an oppressive darkness. A cold wind swept through the room, swirling around Randy like an evil presence. He felt a presence, cold and menacing, materialize in the darkness before him. His blood ran cold as he realized the gravity of his actions. He had opened a door, a portal to a realm beyond human understanding, and something dark, something evil had entered. Section 5. A Reign of Terror. That night the peace Randy knew was shattered. Unexplained noises echoed throughout the house, whispers that seemed to come from the walls themselves. Objects moved on their own, furniture dragged across the floor untouched. His family, who hadn't believed him before, were now terrified. They too felt the darkness that had fallen over their home, an evil that chilled them to the bone. Sleep became impossible, replaced by constant fear. The spirit Randy had released wasn't content with just being in the house. It tormented them, scratching at the doors at night, leaving icy handprints on the mirrors and whispering their names in the darkness. Each day brought more terror, each scare worse than the last. Randy, filled with guilt and fear, knew he had to fix what he had done. He had unleashed a nightmare, and it was his responsibility to make it disappear. Despair ate away at Randy's sanity as he frantically looked for a way to stop the evil thing he had let loose. He searched libraries and antique shops, looking over old books and asking for advice from anyone who would listen. People often didn't believe him and were scared. They thought he was crazy. He talked to priests and paranormal investigators, but no one could help. The spirit was too strong. It was stuck in his house. It seemed like he and his family would suffer forever. Just when things seemed hopeless, Randy heard people talking about a woman who lived on the edge of town, a loner named Willow. They said she had old knowledge, a connection to the spirit world that was both strong and dangerous. With a little bit of hope, Randy went to find Willow, hoping she could stop his nightmare. Willow lived in a rundown cabin deep in the woods. The air around her house felt strange, like a mix of earthy smells and something otherworldly. Her eyes, as dark as the woods around her, seemed to stare into Randy's soul. It was like she could see his fear and despair. She listened closely as Randy told his story, her wrinkled face showing no emotion. When he finished, she sighed. It was a deep sigh, like it carried hundreds of years of wisdom and a little bit of sadness. "You've woken up something old and powerful," she said, her voice raspy like she hadn't spoken in a long time. A spirit filled with hundreds of years of anger and pain. Willow explained that the spirit was connected to the skeleton Randy had found. A warrior chief who had been killed in that very spot. "It wants revenge," she warned. "And it won't stop until it has killed you and your family." Despair threatened to consume Randy when Willow confirmed his worst fears. The situation was even more serious than he had imagined. But just when he felt like giving up to despair, Willow offered him a glimmer of hope. "There's someone who might be able to help you," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "Nora Rayner, a healer of souls, a banisher of demons." Willow warned him that finding Nora wouldn't be easy. She lived far from Standish, a hermit who jealously guarded her knowledge and power. "But," she added, "if anyone can help you, it's her." Armed with this new information, a glimmer of hope pierced through Randy's despair. He knew he had to find Nora Rayner no matter the cost. His family's lives depended on it. Willow, sensing his determination, handed him a small, leather-bound book. "This might help you on your journey," she said. "But be careful, the road ahead is fraught with danger. You must be strong, Randy Irvin. Stronger than you ever thought possible." As Randy started his journey to find Nora Rayner, a feeling of dread washed over him. He knew time was running out, that every second ticking by brought his family closer to unbearable pain. Their lives were in his hands. He held tight to the book Willow had given him, its leather cover warm in his hand. It was his only guide, his only hope in a world that had suddenly become scary and dangerous. The road ahead was long, unknown, and full of dangers. But Randy kept going, powered by the love for his family and a small bit of hope that he held onto with all his strength. He would face whatever was ahead of him, the scary things waiting for him, because he knew that his loved one's future depended on his bravery, his toughness, and his strong will to fix things.